Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. We're doing a diverse world today. It's Map by Mapper 3-minute time challenge. And I believe, and I'm probably wrong here, we're really far north in Canada. We don't quite have the snow, but we don't have any trees. And we do know that there are plenty of towns in Nunavut and the Northern Territories that are going to be exactly like this. Now, I believe we are Trek Review. We don't have the ATV, and the lack of snow does paint some pictures, but at the same time, we're probably not going to find anything. Now, if we do return to start, the water was to our south, although it kind of looks like a lake. And it doesn't look like we can quite go the way we want to. Let's see how far we can go before we're out of places to be able to travel to. This hopefully will end where it says welcome to and whatever the town name is. But don't be surprised if we can't see anything. It is Gen 2 coverage, so I'm not surprised. It doesn't really look like there's anything else on this road, so let's return to start and head the other direction. The best place to look, in my opinion, would be near the coast. We might get lucky, mainly because in a lot of these really far north towns, most places that people come from would be the coast by boat. I'm sure there's a helipad. Obviously, there are roads here. It's not like that Greenland location we had yesterday, where literally the only mode of transportation was snowmobiles. They're still here, but that's not the only mode of transportation. It's definitely north when it comes to Canada. I don't think we could figure it out, mainly because we haven't seen any town names listed anywhere. Or do we? Hope Bay Project Cambridge. I actually don't know where the Hope Bay is, but here's Cambridge Bay. So, is that enough? Or should we start looking for the Iqaluit Tiak Havagivik? Which I don't see anywhere, but this is Nunavut. Still part of where we thought it was going to be. I think Hope Bay means something. I mean, obviously it means something, but what does it mean? We're hoping it is the Cambridge Bay office. And that's just the translation. So, it is. It does end up being Cambridge Bay, so that's probably the local translation. And not so much whatever translation we thought it was going to be. The Arctic Coast Visitor Center, we did see whatever the store was that was right here. I didn't even see that there was a KFC there. So, and as you can see, probably main transport, boat. So, I'm glad we did look kind of where we looked. That helped out a lot. Is this going to be Turkey? Korea. Okay. You know what it was? I saw buildings on a hill. And apparently, when you see buildings on a hill, the only thing that exists is Turkey. I'm glad that Korea is pretty easy to figure out. But now comes 3 minutes of struggle. Unless this sign right here says Seoul or Incheon. It does have an airport, though. The Yangyang Airport. We have Sokcho and Gangneung. I don't think I've ever heard of Yangyang. Although I have made fun of a bunch of random names before, so I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like if you have an airport, you should be a reasonably big town, right? And I don't see Yangyang from a distance, but I'm also pretty fucking blind. Because here's Yongyang, and I'm pretty sure that's Yangyang. No, it's definitely Yangyang. And I know I've seen Yongyang before, because it's the young, Y-O-U-N-G. Here's Yangyang. Okay, and here's the Yangyang International Airport, near Circle 7, which is right here. So, where does that put us? I don't know. Hopefully nearby, right? Because we have an airport. An airport to our south? Definitely to our south. And that seems like it's a pretty big thing. So we might be up here more. I don't know. Nak Sansa Temple? Let's see if we can't get onto this major road over here. Because this should bring us to the airport. And it does have kilometers. Jumunjin is 30 kilometers to our south. This is 49. Here's Sokcho, which actually I think is what we saw. And this says Sokcho to our east on 7. Does 7 even come all the way up here? This should be 7. It is 7. Shit. Then we're probably down here more, right? And then the Yang Yang country. No, we're definitely near Yang Yang. So we're definitely down here more. Maybe over here. And in this town or something. This, we're not going to get a good score, but I think we're going to get a better score than we normally would in Korea, mainly because we were able to find something. Sokcho is 18 kilometers. We got to be a lot further up. And then Inji. I don't even see Inji, but it does end up being 2 miles off. Scribbles does get a better guess, and it does end up being Yang Yang, which is where we had our guess, but then we moved it because of how far away Sokcho should have been. Not bad. And that was the bridge we ended up figuring out. We probably should have known. We should have known, and we just didn't. We have Pere, so we're in a Spanish-speaking country, not Mexico and not Guatemala. I do see a yellow license plate. I believe that's the only yellow license plate I see, because this is white and that is white. That is Brazil. Lovely, lovely Brazil. Can we find a wonderful phone number? We have the hospital of the Municipal Oscar Ramis Pereira. I don't think that's actually a district. Not gonna lie. But we know we're in Brazil, and that is not gonna be too helpful. So let's hope that we can find anything else besides a giant flag. Brazil 3-2, not helpful. 3-2, not helpful. We want a 10-digit setup, not a 8-digit setup. Come Lanches. We have Praca de Eventos, which I believe this is a school. Feels like a school. We have a train car. What? And we do have a town. We might get lucky. 67. 67 should be over here. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So actually over here. Can we find now a region? Maybe? I think those are telling us what they sell. I don't think those are the names of the districts or the towns or even the regions. I think we're probably going to be around the Mato Grosso. So Nova Motam or Cuiba. But I don't feel like this is the biggest town that we could have ever fucking had. But it has a lot of interesting things to it. And we have a river. Fuck. Ban Rios. I don't know if that's actually an important sign. Where would a fucking river be in here? Oh, everywhere. Mato Grosso? Probably best guess. Fuck. And this is probably a port. Because I see a bunch of boats. That's not very helpful. Pretty open roads. Another 6-7 area code. I really got to get better at knowing the exact spots for area codes instead of the general regions. Because I feel like that would help us tremendously here. Asfaltiza, which is what? Payment of the asphalt. Puerto Municipal de Porto. Isn't there a fucking Porto? If there is, we don't know where it is. Let's go down further south, just in case. And it does end up being the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. We were in the state of Mato Grosso. Different fucking thing. That's the border with Paraguay, and we're in the Porto Mortinho, which I don't believe we saw anywhere, but it is a port city, which kind of makes sense. And it makes sense why Paraguay was on the other side, I guess. But we now have a few points to make up, and this is either United States or Canada. I'd probably lean more USA here, like West Virginia, maybe a little bit of Maryland sprinkled in. But I could be wrong, and we are going to look for miles per hour and or kilometer signs. I feel like this is the way out. Nope. So I feel like this is the way out. Hopefully. But when you get stuck in place, yeah, this is it. Wood Drive. This feels like United States. For fucking sure, and feels like it's the Northeast. Yeah, we'll find another one. Let's just go to our heart's content. We should start looking for phone numbers. A 508, not too familiar with. Maybe one day we'll recognize phone numbers. That's the USA flag, and then the license plate is white. So we're in white hell with the USA flag, but the feel is the Northeast. We do have front plates. It's not the old New York plates. I actually don't know what plates those are based on the blur. We do have some trucks. We do have another sign. South Wicks Zoo. I feel like that should be important. It's not Connecticut. It could be a weird Massachusetts. It's not Vermont or New Hampshire. Zeno's Auto Repair. Because I believe New Hampshire's an 803 area code. That was a cop. And Vermont, Millville Police. Why can't you have your fucking state listed in blue? That is a blue license plate. Fuck. I think it's Massachusetts. I really do. That's a Massachusetts plate, 100%. So we're in a town called Millville, Massachusetts. Shit. Over by wherever that fucking zoo was. Can we find Millville? I don't think we can. We didn't find any town besides Millville on that cop car, which might be a county. And then I don't even remember the name of the fucking zoo. Fuck. But definitely Massachusetts. For the best luck, kind of go the middle. Fuck Cape Cod. There's no way this is Cape Cod. Hope for fucking luck that Millville is the county in the middle. And it does end up being a little bit to the south. Here's Millville. There's the South Wicks Zoo. So everything is kind of working out the way that we hoped, and we did get the points back that we fucked up on. And the last and final location, Gen 2 coverage, probably gonna be either Patagonia or weird like Russia. We do have what appear to be normal plates. No, that's elongated for sure. The car in front of us has a yellow plate, which is definitely concerning to me. But we have single white lines on the sides and a incredibly faded yellow line in the middle. We have nothing on the car itself. We do have the back. And then the sun feels like it's to the south, so we are in the north. But Gen 2 coverage in the middle of fucking nowhere. Could it be a Nordic country? It might. Which would make sense for the yellow divider line. The solid white lines on the side would point to either Norway or Finland. I'm thinking more along the lines of Norway. I think I'm just surprised when we see Gen 2 Finland still. Not Finland, Norway, sorry. We are going to look for signs. Hopefully we can find them as we come across a wonderful 200 meters. From what I could tell, that is not Cyrillic. Definitely not Cyrillic. But it does have double vowels and letters. TT. So let's keep going. Maybe we can find a different sign that's not as blurry. If we're gonna guess, it's gotta be real far north. Look at the trees. They're also shallow and short. What the fuck is that? Ropin Salmi Roby Cole Bimmy. No accents though. Fucking A. That's a teepee. What the fuck? High wind areas. That's a windsock and not a flag. Just gotta point it out. So we're real far north here, right? Like real far north. I would probably go up here. This is a safe guess for all of this. The yellow is what's throwing me off, because yellow is Denmark or the Netherlands, and this is neither. I could see it maybe being Sweden, right, with a Denmark plate. But that is what we see, and that's not exactly enough information. It definitely feels north-north, so we're hoping for pretty much point optimization here. We do find distance to Kilspidjarvi, which I believe is down here. It is. That's 50 kilometers to our west. And here's Ropin Salami, which I believe we did see. So we should be actually over here somewhere. Maybe a little bit further back, but it does end up being Finland, just really far north. And we don't quite get the perfect score, but we do come in first place. And that's actually a good find. I'm glad we were able to actually figure out exactly where we were. But that's actually point optimization. 23,118 points. Scribbles in second at 21,12. It looks like North America is pretty much where we won. We got really lucky when we found Canada and then Massachusetts. So those are two pluses on an otherwise, I don't know, decent game. Bo in third at 20,693, going with almost Alaska. Yukon. 59 in fourth at 19,852. It looks like it was Canada again. Martin in fifth. Brazil is what did it for you at 19,421. E. Chandler in sixth at 18,955. It was Canada. And Simaki at seventh at 1779, and it looks like Canada for Greenland. Ooh. But that is going to be where we call it for the day, so thank you all so much for being here. I do hope you all enjoyed, and we should have 3 videos tomorrow, 2 Pro Leagues, as long as they work, and our regular scheduled program, which you can find in the description below. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye.